What is up, YouTube? This is my very first YouTube video I'm making. I'm really excited to be doing this. If you like it, consider subscribing for more productivity videos. I'm going to be making videos on productivity tips that you can use to help your life improve and succeed at the goals you are aiming for. So let's get into the content. Traditional productivity tips, such as waking up earlier, are becoming outdated. Now, what outdated tips have you heard that you can think of? One such tip is waking up earlier. People just say if you wake up earlier, you will be able to get more done, but that isn't necessarily true, and we will go into some more cutting edge techniques that you can use to help your productivity increase. Next one, we need to develop a calm mindset to deal with difficult situations and overloaded work schedules. A calm mindset is essential for getting things done. The calm mindset is the foundation that you have for dealing with everything that you need to deal with. So remember that a calm mindset can really help you with anything, any area of your life, any problem that you have. A calm mindset will help you deal with that efficiently and appropriately. Next, having a process for managing all of your tasks will improve your productivity and mental health. What kind of process do you have for tackling your to-do list? I don't know if you have one right now. For me in the past, I've definitely had a to-do list, and I just handle that. I just wing it. I wing the way I handle it, and I don't have an actual process for managing that, and we're going to give you that in this video. So I hope you're excited. Another key is the ability to say no to tasks that will not lead you towards your goal. Even if those tasks are pleasurable, develop the ability to say no and stick with your plan. Obviously, this goes back to delayed gratification. It's such a big thing for your success, the ability to delay gratification and not just instant gratification all the time. Social media, junk food, video games, all this kind of stuff. Maybe gambling, that's a big one. Alcohol, drugs, those are all big ones that are instant gratification, and you really got to be able to say no to as many of those as possible if you want to succeed. That's really, really important. Develop the tools required to maintain your productivity efficiently, such as time management techniques or organizational tools. What time management techniques or organizational tools do you have that you're using to maintain your productivity? If you don't have any, that's okay, because we're going to give you some that you can use in this video, so please stay tuned. If you do have some, that's great, and I hope you can even improve what you have are doing right now with this video, what you learned in this video. Always be able to take the short route towards completing a task, no matter what people will think of you. If what you need to complete requires putting yourself out there, do it with no hesitation. This definitely includes what I'm doing right now, posting YouTube videos. I know a lot of people do have the goal of creating a YouTube channel, so no matter what your content looks like this is not the best content, I honestly think, but I'm just getting started. So you should be able to put yourself out there no matter what you're doing and really not care about what people think. You might think, oh, what are they going to think about me putting myself online? You got to really not care and just do it with no hesitation. And you will see results if you stick with it. Consistency is obviously important, and that brings us to our next point. Remember that you're not perfect and you will make mistakes. The important thing is to aim for consistency. Consistency over time will equal results. It's the compounding effect. You know that is very important, and that will help you succeed. That's in countless books and media on productivity and success. Focusing on managing your attention is the most important thing when it comes to increasing your productivity. So, where is your attention going during the day? Are you putting your attention into your phone? Are you putting your attention into friends instead of what your goals are and what you really need to be doing? Because if you think about it over the long term, what do you really want to be doing? Do you really want to be doing that high dopamine activity, or do you want to be focusing on your goals? That's the main point. So manage your attention. That's the most important thing. There are 3 levels of attention. Level 1 is when you're working well and you feel like you're in the zone. Let's say you're working on your business, you're working in your job, you're doing very productive things, and you feel great about it. That's level 1. Level 2 is your focus is good, but you're vulnerable to distractions if you aren't careful. So maybe you're feeling a bit tired, you're still working, you're still focused, but if your friend texts you or calls you, or if you feel hungry, you're definitely going to go for that food. instead of doing your work if you aren't careful. Number 3, you're working but you'd rather be doing anything else. This is when you really don't feel like working and you're really susceptible to distractions. Like you see a chocolate bar in your cupboard, you're definitely gonna go eat that chocolate bar and stop working. So that's number 3. The key is to optimize your time when you're at peak performance and schedule activities that are easier when you're less focused. So let's say you wake up in the morning and you're really energized. Schedule your most important work activities during that time. That's the most important time. And maybe we'll schedule easier activities or even relaxation time later in the day, which is common when you're less focused and your focus is a little bit less. You're a little bit less motivated in the evening. To do this, track your attention levels and note when you're focused and when your attention drops during the day. Create a schedule according to the fluctuations in your focus. You can do important tasks when your attention is at its highest and easier tasks for the end of the day. Exactly like I just said, schedule your important tasks in the morning and the easier tasks for the end of the day. Even relaxation is fine as long as you're scheduling it. If that's what you want to do, relax, and you scheduled it, that's perfectly fine to do that, and you're even being productive because you've scheduled it in your calendar that you said that's what I want to do, and that's what you're doing at the appropriate time. You're even being productive when you're relaxing and not doing anything. Be ready to guard against interruptions. Decline unnecessary tasks like your friends or going on social media, like turn off your phone. You can also wear headphones to block distractions and help you focus. This can be when you're by yourself listening to music, or even when you're like at work or in a public space with people you know or people you don't know. It doesn't matter. When you're wearing headphones, it's a sign that you do not want to be interrupted and that you are focusing. So wearing headphones can definitely help you. You also need to develop a system for dealing with your emails. If you're big into emails, you spend a lot of time on your emails each day. You can research many different methods, but one method is to have 3 categories: deal with, delegate, and delete. This allows you to allocate your time to your emails more effectively. So you put some emails in deal with, some in delegate, and some in delete. You just delete those, deal with the most important ones, and you can delegate the rest. A good way to organize your to-do list is to split the tasks you have to do into 2 categories: projects and actions. So you have your projects and you have your actions, like it says. Projects are things that will take multiple steps to complete, and actions can be completed in one sitting. So projects, you're going to have the big projects that you really want to complete that are going to take like multiple steps, boom, 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 like so many steps on that project, such as like build a business. You got to if you want to build a business, you got to break it down into small steps. So break it down into small steps and really see what are the minute details in your task that you want to complete. Action steps are you can even move those. Then what you could do is move those steps each day into the action steps if you really want to work on your business, if that's your highest priority, for example. You can break down your projects and be specific with your actions. Just like I said, moving your project steps into the actions. This will allow yourself to become clearer on the finite steps you need to take to complete your to-do list. So let's say, like I said, you have a big project, you want to complete it, put your small actions into the action steps, the 1 steps that you want to take on a day-to-day basis. Review your workflow and to-do list. Think about what you want to be doing even when you aren't doing it. So it's really important. I think the really successful people are even thinking about their work when they're not working. That's how dedicated they are. And that's not the same for everyone, but the really successful people, I think, are doing that. So how dedicated are you for your work? Let's say you're taking a walk. Maybe instead of listening to music, you can have no headphones and really brainstorm and think about what you want to do to increase your productivity and reach your success. Create daily and weekly checklists and review them every week. So you want to create your daily to-do list and your weekly to-do list, your weekly checklist, and you're going to review that every week. Like, did I meet my goals? How can I meet my goals better? If you're resisting completing any tasks, ask yourself, why? Why am I not doing this task when I said that I would? What's really holding me back? At the beginning of your day, allocate some time for the tasks that will take more of your time. So for your big project tasks, you want to allocate time in your day to complete those. Let's say you want to build a business and it's going to take you want to spend maybe 2 hours a day. In the beginning of the day, allocate 2 hours in your day every morning to complete that. Don't just do it once and then set it as recurring. Write it down, do it manually every single day, and give yourself that space, 2 hours, however long you want to do to complete that time. Spending extra time making lists will allow for more flow in between tasks when you are actually working. So when you make these lists, you will be more conscious of what you really want to get done, and you'll be more motivated to do those things instead of just making the list once and then forgetting about it. I've done this before in the past. You make the list on your phone, you get the recurring notifications, and you just swipe them away because you don't really want to do them, and you only did it once. Like, oh, I did that like a month ago, and I'm still getting those notifications, but I'm not really taking action. The best way to get things done is to do them. Sounds very obvious, but really a lot of people know what they need to do, but they don't do it. So the best way to get it done is to just do it. Like Nike says, you just do it. That's the key. Check in with yourself. As you're working, do you feel focused? So during the day, ask yourself, are you focused? How do you feel during the day? What's your focus from a scale of 1 to 10? Write it down, take notes. It will really help you coordinate what times of the day you're most focused, and you can switch your schedule according to that. Allow yourself some time for creative thinking if you need a break. What are some good creative activities that you can do that will help your productivity? Let's say drawing, some creative activities that have output, drawing, maybe some musical instruments, some artistic things. You could go for a walk. That'll really help you brainstorm. So whatever works for you. Be ready if you have to pivot tasks in the middle of the day. However, sticking to a singular task for a long period of time can be a big productivity booster. The ability to pivot tasks and switch, beware of those liminal moments when you're switching between tasks. That's very crucial. If you're able to pivot well and not get distracted, that's great. Also, of course, doing one thing for a long period of time will give you a lot of productivity. It'll give you a huge boost in getting what you need to be done if you spend a long time at once working on that thing. Boredom is the #1 productivity killer, so make sure you switch up your routine to keep yourself interested in what you plan to do. If your routine is monotonous, you feel terrible doing it, consider switching up what you do. It's very important. You don't want to get bored, and boredom is the #1 productivity killer. You're just going to do some high dopamine activity thing if you get bored. So try to figure out a way to make what you want to do more interesting. If you want to finish tasks, giving them your full attention will make your life much easier than trying to multitask. So pick a task, do it well, and move on to the next one. Yeah, don't multitask. Give one task your full attention, and that will make your life so much easier, like it says. Do one task well, finish it, make sure you finish it, do the most important tasks first, and then move on to the next one on your list. Go one by one. You can also use the Pomodoro technique to increase your productivity. Spend 25 minutes on work and take a 5-minute break. This is important. I know it's common knowledge, but it really helps. Your break is best spent with movement and hydration, but you can scroll on social media if you want, as long as you want to get back to work, as long as you get back to work after 5 minutes. So if you really want to optimize, your brain really needs movement and hydration to keep it energized. If you don't want to burn out after that 5 minutes, then getting movement and hydration is really key during your 5-minute break. If you want, you can just scroll on social media for 5 minutes. As long as you get back to work after that 5 minutes, it's more ideal to get movement and hydration and to not go on social media, of course. But if you can get back to work after 5 minutes, that would be great. If you have any tasks you dread doing, dedicate 1 hour to finishing them and stop after that hour. An hour is good enough time to make the task seem less daunting, and you can spend the rest of your day on something else. So doing one thing for 1 hour will really get a big chunk out of that task and make it seem less daunting because you've already got a lot done. You spend an hour doing something you don't want to do. That's great for your brain, doing something uncomfortable, and you can obviously spend the rest of your day on something else. And just do that every day. You would make a lot of progress if you did that. Work really expands to fill the time allocated to it, so set deadlines to yourself in order to finish your projects and not leave anything undone for long periods of procrastination. So let's say you have a deadline of 2 weeks, your work that you have to do will really expand to the time allocated. You'll find a way to expand that time to 2 weeks and get it all done in 2 weeks. Try to give yourself deadlines for what you want to do. That'll really help get what you want to do faster. You have a deadline, you're pressured, you'll probably put more efficient work in, and that'll really help you. And so that's all I have for this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you liked it. Drop a like. And I hope to see you in the next video.